So I've managed to teleport my way over to Rushden, and I'm with Ian from Beetroot Radio. Ian, great to be with you. We're celebrating entrepreneurship, small businesses, start-up businesses and everything. Do you want to tell everyone exactly who Beetroot Radio is and what you do?
Well, Beetroot Radio was started by my wife and I just over 6 years ago. One of those crazy conversations of, hey, we haven't got a local radio station. We should start one. How difficult could it be? But we took the bull by the horns. We were told by lots of people we couldn't do it. It was all over the place on all the different radio no, that'll never work. And then I had the eureka moment. It's literally 3 o'clock one morning, sat bolt upright in bed and said, it's just data. And Sharon said, lovely, go back to sleep.
And that's often how these things start, isn't it? At stupid o'clock in the morning, where we all wake up and go, do you know what, let's go and do something.
Let's just get on with it. Yeah.
So you've been 6 years now, 5 years?
6 years, yes. Now, we started off, we recruited, I made sure the system would work first, then, so I could prove that. Then I put out an advert saying, looking for radio presenters. We had a local station here that closed down in about 2014, 2015. And one young lady, Sharon Louise, cropped up and said, oh, I used to be on the radio, I'd love to do it. So from her, we ended up with 4 of their others as well, of their ex-presenters. So we ended up, they were the originals. We refer to ourselves as the originals, the Magnificent Seven. Okay, maybe not so magnificent.
Now, I've got to ask you, think about your first ever track you ever played on air. What do you know what it was?
I do, yeah. Turn It On Again, Genesis.
Okay, is that because it's literally turn it on?
Turn it on, yeah.
Turn it on to make sure it works?
No, that was the launch. It was 9 o'clock, bang on 9 o'clock on the 1st of March 2018. And yes, the day the Beast from the East hit. I woke up about 6 o'clock in the morning, opened the curtains, 4 feet of snow out in the back garden there. So we ended up, myself and one of the other originals, spent much of the day digging the path out so people could get in. We had mayors coming, we had councillors and other well-wishers coming in to say hi. And the 7 of us broadcast through until midnight on the first day. We weren't so keen to do that again the next day. As you know, sit in front of a microphone and talk, and it takes its toll on you. Yeah. But so we carried on like that, and then we started recruiting. Now, all of our recruits are volunteers. No one gets paid here, not me, not Sharon. In fact, we still subsidise the station. All the presenters pay £15 a month subs, and they, as one of them said, it's cheaper than the golf club, and I use it more often. So that's sort of the way it went. And so we do that. We have some sponsors that we're very proud of, and they help us pay the bills, but we're still subsidising it to a degree. It's getting better. One day it'll happen where we'll get to the end of the month and say, hey, we don't need to put any money into it.
Yeah, I totally get it. And that's what entrepreneurship's all about. You come up with the idea, you've gone out there and you've done it. You obviously, fantastic progress as well, because you've gone from a team of, 5 or 6 through to how many now?
42 now, where we had our 42nd start yesterday. And so he kicked off at 5 o'clock yesterday. Like the rest of us, he was like a gibbering wreck when he first started. Everything was shaking. But we got him through it, and he enjoyed it, and he's threatened to come back next week, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, always a good sign. Now, talk to me about some of the real highs that you've had in this journey so far, because you've obviously started from that 3 o'clock in the morning idea through to where you are today. So what's been the real highs for you?
Well, the real highs, I suppose, have been the community that we've built of presenters. That is by far... They've become self-supporting. Great friendships have come from it amongst the guys, and so we do a lot of socialising amongst the now 42 of us. But in terms of broadcasting, it was realising that what we did in here we could replicate outside, and so we'd only been running about 3 months when I came in one day and said to the guys, we're doing an outside broadcast on Sunday. Who's coming?
And what was the reaction of the team? Because they're probably thinking to you, like, what does he mean, outdoor broadcast?
I was suddenly left on my own because they all knew what it meant, which meant going and sitting in the middle of a park, or it was in Hall Park, and broadcasting live. So you've got all the things of kids, dogs, cars. It was as a car show. And so you've got all this going on that can interfere with what you're doing. In here, it's very insular. You're in, you close the door, you just get on with it. When you're out there, anything can happen. Then, of course, somebody said, how are we actually going to do it physically? How are we going to get our sound? Yeah. So that was the eureka moment, was everyone telling me it couldn't be done. And then in my photography business, in event photos, we use a lot of Wi-Fi for moving big files around. So I developed a Wi-Fi net that can cover Silverstone, and wherever one of our photographers roams, as they click the button, it pings it back up to about 3 miles back to the van where it's downloaded and available for sale. So the eureka moment was all these people telling me, no, it can't be done, to suddenly, it's only data.
Absolutely, it's only music data. MP3s, that's all.
It doesn't know whether it's an image or music or audio or anything. So we set it up out here, tested it, and it worked perfectly. So the Sunday came. We were in the park at nearly 6 o'clock in the morning, setting it all up for a 10 o'clock start. By 7 o'clock, it was all set up and proven to be working. So we all went home.
I love that. All went home at 7 a.m. Brilliant. Now, talk to me about some of the challenges that you face, because obviously when you start an entity, when you start a business, an organisation or whatever, it's not easy. You're always going to find those challenges. What's been the biggest challenge that you found, and how have you overcome that?
Biggest challenge is as with any business. I mean, on this occasion, it's Beetroot Radio. It's selling the concept to people. We wanted to get on board with local councils, with local businesses, to get us played out in their premises, to get the council to come on board. And they were so reticent. They really were. Just the same as it was when I first started the photography business, of saying to people, you could pay me and I'll come and take your photos. And they go, oh, you're only young. Yeah. Oh, I don't understand these digital cameras. And so, well, you don't need to. So it's the same as any business, any entrepreneur starting up a business. First thing you've got to do is get a client base. And in terms of what we do, our client base, first of all, was listeners, and secondly, to be supported by local councils so that you get good information, good quality information to broadcast. Businesses who hopefully put their hand in their pocket and give us a few shekels to help us keep the lights on. Yeah. And so that's by far the biggest task, is to get your product to market. Because until you've got money coming in, all you're doing is having an expensive hobby, something that's occupying your time and taking all your money.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously radio can actually help businesses to get their message out. So, I mean, maybe let's talk a little bit about that as well, because so many businesses don't really, understand that radio can help them, I don't think, do they? But it can add so much value, can't it?
That's right. I mean, over the last 4 years, I was working this out the other day because I knew you were coming. We've had close to 400 businesses in here, all coming in for free. We don't charge. We are a community station, not a commercial station. So people can come in, they can come and talk about their business. We like to make it a bit more interesting, of not just talking about your product. This is a XYZ widget. Yeah. But yeah, we prize out of them. Yeah, what made you get into it? Where did the idea first come from? My favourite question is, and I can ask you, 12-year-old Simon wakes up one morning. Did he say, hey, I'm going to go and form an NBN?
No, 12-year-old Simon probably looked outside the window and went, it's raining, I'm going to play Lego, or I'm going to look at the football on BBC One in black and white or something, I'd imagine. But go on. Go for it.
But we had a 12-year-old young lady in here that I've mentioned to you before, who was doing a bit of work experience, and she started her own sandwich delivery business.
Nadia.
I
remember.
Yes. She was just 13, wasn't she? She'd had her birthday the day before she came in here. So she was 13. She woke up and thought, I'm going to start a business. I wish I'd been that switched on.
Yeah, me too as well. Because I tell you what, young entrepreneurship, I think it's fantastic to see them doing it and going and doing it as well, because they've got very little overheads to worry about, and no mortgages, no children. Yeah, bank of mum and dad. But yeah, I do remember actually. I remember you talking to her on air, listening to the interview as well. Fantastic interview as well. So well done on doing that as well.
So professional, wasn't she? Day after her 13th birthday, and she sat here and spoke, as well as many hardened interviewers but and she just guests, I should say. Sorry, not interviews.
Absolutely. And what would you say, businesses that are looking for new ways to market, you can actually help them to get the message out there through the radio as well?
Well, we can help you come in, talk about your product. We'll obviously get people to like you, and that's what these questions about 12-year-old you are about, so that listeners can associate with you and say, well, okay, maybe he didn't have that idea until 20 years after his 12th birthday or whatever. But and so it builds up a picture. People buy from people they like.
Yeah.
And if you come across as being trustworthy and likable, people are likely to buy from you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've always said about people buying from people, and they've got to know, like, and trust you, as we all know.
Yes.
And that's what I think. A lot of businesses, build and grow on, because obviously they get to get their brand out there. They get to obviously engage with people, and people get to trust them as well. And I think that's what business is about. It's about people at the end of the day, isn't it? So.
Yeah. And then when the interview is over, it's because we record all the interviews, we then give the person a copy. It probably follows later that day, but we also put it onto our podcast stream, so it can be there as a listen back feature. And of course, you bear responsibility for that, don't you?
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, I did show you a couple of little tips and tricks on how to do it. But the thing is with podcasting as well, I find that you can listen back. Yes. And I mean, I'm always in the car, travelling around and everything. So for me to be able to literally just tune in, listen to what I want to listen to when I want to listen to it in the car is fantastic. So thank you for what you are doing, and great to see what you're doing for the community here as well, because I see all the ats that you're tagging people in and everything, and it adds value, doesn't it?
What we can do is that we've got what I think is a phenomenal social media activity, where we can put your interview, your branding as well for having been in here in front of. We're reaching 120,000 people a month on socials with a very, very high interaction level as well. So when we put that out, that's more advertising. We've had this conversation before about Facebook. So many people say, "Oh, Facebook's dead." It's still by a factor of about 4 the biggest social media platform on the planet, and it's free to use.
Absolutely. And we find Facebook's great for what we're doing. Even this broadcast is going out via Facebook, and obviously there'll be engagement throughout the day, there'll be views, there'll be listens to as well, and it's fantastic. But Ian, listen, thank you for getting involved. Thank you for. I was going to say, is there anything you want to end on? Come on in, go on. Show's yours.
Okay, and that's because I want to share this, which was an award I picked up last week, which is the Mayor's Award for Community Services. Now, it was awarded to me, but I only accepted it on behalf of all of the presenters, all our volunteers, because it's them that have made Beetroot what it is, not me. Yeah, I do one show a day. That's it. They do all the rest. And this was the award from Mayor Tracy Smith for Beetroot's community services. I'm saying it's Beetroot, but yeah, so that's what that's for.
Well, fantastic. Well done on doing that, because obviously I was aware and saw it all going out across social media and everything. So, but well done. And of course, I know what you're going to say to me here. That award has been for the team and everything here, but at the end of the day, without your vision, without your leadership, without your courage as well, let's bring that into it. In starting out all those years ago, we wouldn't be sat here today.
Courage or stupidity?
I don't know what it is, but I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, you're here.
How difficult can it be?
Listen, Ian, thanks for joining us. It's really great to be able to talk to you, and all the best with the station going forward. How can people find out more information about Beetroot Radio?
Well, you can go directly to our website, www.beetrootradio.co.uk, and you can spell it as beetroot on the wall behind us, or as the vegetable now.
Oh, fantastic! You've got both domains. Not many people misspell the domain, surely.
They do, yes, because if they hear it audibly, they hear beetroot and they think of the vegetable.
Yeah.
So, yes, it took me 5 years, but I managed to secure the .co.uk and the .com in the end. So.
Well, fantastic. Well, listen, thank you for joining us on NN Startup. Absolutely fantastic to talk to you. I'm going to be heading off now. I don't know where I'm going to head off to, but we'll find out very shortly.
We all want the bare necessities of life. To have a place we can call home. To have a family that's happy and united. To have protection for your loved ones. To have a good job where you're valued. But life is full of ups and downs, and sometimes we all need a bit of friendly legal expertise to smooth things out. Visit our website to find out more. Wilson Brown Solicitors. We're all the help you need.
So we're down at the Wine Chateau in Wellingborough,
Yeah.
and
Welcome.
Thank you. No, it's really impressive. It's lovely to see what you've got here as well, and got a little tipple of something here.
Yeah, just a little bit of white wine. It's perfect for the summer, you know. It's good we have a little bit hot weather, you know, so a little bit refreshing. It is maybe a little bit early in the morning, but you know, it keeps us going. So,
Yeah.
welcome to Wine Chateau, Simon.
Thank you. So what have we got here?
We have an indigenous grape, white Viorica.
Mm-hmm.
Is specific for the country.
Yeah.
Very refreshing, just a little bit floral aroma, but a lovely wine, easy to drink for hot weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's certainly very refreshing, and it's lovely actually. So this would work well with a meal or just relaxing in the evening on a summer's evening.
Yeah, it's perfect for the garden. You know, reading a book, getting some light food, not something very heavy. So easy, easy to enjoy. Maybe get some friends on a garden and get the day going. You know, make it refreshing. Let's say like that. Yeah.
No, brilliant. So tell me, how did you get into and start the business here, and how did you arrive here in Wellingborough?
History is like 11 years ago. Is the first town which I come into UK. So I stood for this town, and I fall in love with let's say cultural diversity, and at the beginning it was welcoming. So it was just being a welcoming town for me, for my family. So we decided to open a business here to you know, make the customers from Wellingborough being happy with some different wines.
Yeah, brilliant. And when it came to moving here, you say you came here 11 years ago,
Yeah,
and where was it you actually came from?
I've come from so the history is like that. I was traveling a little bit through Europe. I done a little bit jobs in Germany, a little bit jobs in Spain. Moved to Italy for 5 months. Go back in Romania and decided to come because UK was opening the gates for Romania, and I decided to come in UK. And look, I have quite few good years in UK, and I feel like it's like my second home. You know, traveling for many countries in Europe, I never felt the same like I feel in UK. So it's good. It's good. It's good.
Good.
It's good for us.
And you opened the business in 2022, was it?
2021.
2021?
2021, yeah.
It's gone very fast, hasn't it?
It's gone very fast. October 21st. It's right after the COVID, you know. It was tough years, you know, because people was still scared of moving outside and going outside, shopping outside. That's why we decided to open even the website to, you know, get the products more accessible for customers. But yeah, lovely years. I would say challenging transformation every single month. I would say every single month is something new, something to learn, something to explore in terms of business. You know, so yeah, it's good. It's good.
And when you look back at where you've been through your life, did you ever think you would open a business here in the UK?
I had some businesses in Romania. I was doing some businesses there, construction, and then just a little bit with furniture. But open a business in UK, it was something I never thought I would do. but I had 4 years university and 1 year master in UK, which I done it in the same time with my wife Christina. So this one gave us, I would say, lots of information, and something to understand how everything works in UK is totally different than than Europe, I would say. So even our lecturers, they were saying we should start a business because we have enough information, enough to move forward with doing that, So now it's like we make our diploma worth, It's not just for having a paper and going with that.
And you had some help from the Business and IP Centre when you first set up as well, didn't you?
Yes, we had from BIPC a support. We have from NNBN a support. We have from the community a support. We've seen at the beginning the number of customers from this area was relatively small, but now we've seen an increase every single time. More buyers coming here, and this is done by the support BIPC and you guys were giving to us to understand better the approach in this community. We know and we think each community is different, so the approach should be different for each area. But we're very pleased with the support in terms of guidance, in terms of promotion. It's amazing. Thank you for that.
It's what we're here for. Also, the Wellingborough Chamber of Commerce, you've been involved with them as well, and it's been great to see you getting involved with the local business community, because that's pretty essential, I think, for businesses to actually engage in the various organisations.
Yes, Wellingborough Chamber was amazing. It was working amazing for us, in terms of promotion. Donna from Rushden Lakes as well. She was amazing because she was still having that shed promotion where small businesses, they could go there and showcase their products. So it's great. We can't complain with the community, Support is coming from everywhere. You just have to be patient and understand the way, because I would say even the BIPC or DONA or Chamber of Commerce or you guys, you have your schedule, so we have to understand how your schedule work and mold around what it is there to be offered for small businesses.
Yeah, brilliant. Now, talking about some of the products you've got here, you're stocking wine from Moldova.
Yes, we get wines from Moldova. It's not necessarily because my wife is from there. The East European wines, they come very strong now on the market. They start producing some amazing wines. Even one of the wineries is the most awarded winery in the world, and they produce a large variety of wines, amazing wines. Been even awarded with the decanter. Decanter they promote heavily this winery. We have another wineries on our portfolio which they hold Guinness World Record for having the largest wine collection on Grand Reserve, so top quality wines. We work with some amazing wineries of the country. In terms of wines, majority they are European wines like Cabernet Sauvignon, Chardonnay, Pinot Gris, and they have even their East European wines, their signature, core signature, like Fetasca Alba, Viorica, Fetasca Negra, Raga Negra, which is the most looked for variety of grapes. Yeah, and they're literally amazing wines. They have something um, different than what you can find on supermarkets, or you can find anywhere else. And the price point is really good for the quality they provide.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, certainly this one's. I'm enjoying this one, but there's another one you've got, a red one, which you're gonna have to remind me of the name. But we've had it a few times, and it's been absolutely amazing. It's been absolutely beautiful.
Yes, that is it's a blend, Cabernet Sauvignon with Pinot Noir. Cabernet Sauvignon is known like the king of grapes. It has a very great potential, and Pinot Noir is just to cool it down a little bit, make it evening wine, easy to enjoy. Not necessarily with the food, you know. You can watch a movie, watch something on the TV, and have a sip of that wine. Yeah, great wine.
You got the shop in Wellingborough. You don't only sell wine from here, do you? You actually do like wine tasting nights and things as well. How have
Yeah.
they gone for you?
Yes, we do wine tasting events. They're amazing. So we have our wine tastings, which they are into the shop, for smaller groups, up to 10 people. But we even partner with different restaurants. This week we're gonna have in Northampton at the Tuck In. We're gonna have an event. Um, they were saying there are around 65 booked so far, which is really pleasant for us to hear that. And is not only having the event, is even getting the wines known for the larger customers, you know. um, Even the restaurant, they were saying, let's have an event, and we want to get some wines in our portfolio, because some of their customers, they were asking when you're going to bring something from Moldova. They have a large number of customers from Moldova, and they were asking for these wines. So it's great. As well, we attend like large events, Oxford Wine Festival, Cardiff Wine Festival. It will be in 2 months' time. We're going to be on a food festival, Northamptonshire Food Festival, you know, in Kettering. Yeah, loads of them.
And you're growing a brand here in the UK. How are you sort of positioned as? Are you like the leading distributor for Moldovan wines here in the
So
UK?
we are not the single ones which they bring wines from Moldova. However, we are the largest in terms of variety. We have the largest variety of wines. Now, all of them, they are wines which they've been awarded at various competitions around the globe. So all of them, they have you know, a unique flavor, unique taste. They've been certified. So it's something to bring to the customer, something amazing, you know.
So from here in Wellingborough, you're selling the wines from the shop, but you're also selling wine throughout the UK and further afield.
Yeah, we do sell around UK. One of the largest area for us, the biggest area for selling wines is surprisingly is Scotland. We've been approached by a wine merchant in Scotland, to supply some wines from Moldova. They were quite looking for these wines because they think as well the East European wines they come very strong on the market. And then we have the Green Eagles Hotel, which we supply for them around 12 different wines. And having someone with that reputation is something very pleasant for us, and it means we do a great job. Yeah, it's an amazing feeling to feel, in a way, how they said it. We are filling the gap into the wine portfolio what they have, and they have over 1,000 different wines, in their cellar.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I need to go and visit by the sound of it. It sounds a great place to go. But well done on achieving that, because people think sometimes you just sell the wine here in the shop, but obviously it's going further to places like that as well. So well done.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's great. We even look for now we have a discussion with someone in Manchester area, and then Cheshire as well. So yeah, we think in this lifespan what we have so far, people start looking more for these wines, and it looks like our work, going to the festivals, going to the different events, it works really well. Not necessarily for us, but even for the wineries and for that part of the world, being a little bit known. In UK, which is a very mature market for wines, yeah, it's pleasant. It's something pleasant to see the work is start moving, and is start doing something.
It's really rewarding, I think, when you start something from nothing, and then obviously it starts to grow, and then obviously now in a big hotel in Scotland. But what would you say to anybody starting a business today? What's been sort of the biggest learnings that you've had since you started your business?
It's I think the hardest bit is actually starting. It's that point where you have everything on a paper. You decided to do something, but always is what if. No, actually just do it. What you're gonna lose? You're gonna lose some money. Don't worry, you're gonna make it again. But try and do it. Be perseverant. Ask as many times you can, and don't just ask anyone. Ask someone which is on a business, because not necessarily you can learn from their success, but you can even learn from their mistakes. And sometimes mistakes gives you that right answer. But overall, do it. Don't just be disappointed. I would say back in my days, 2008, 2009, I wanted to do a business, and I said no. It's it would be hard. It would be tough. I was having so many questions, but and I stopped doing that, and I saw to someone else doing this exactly the same thing, and you were successful, and I was like, why?
I did exactly the same. So I love my football, and I wanted to register create a website selling football produce, football merchandise. So I registered a fantastic domain name, and I sat with it for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I didn't do anything with it. This is about 20 years ago. And then the domain name expired. And then somebody else got it, because I let it, the registration slip. And they, that was it. They'd created the whole idea. I don't know how well they did in the end, but my idea, my vision, through a mistake. I just let the domain name expire, and away they went. But I think you're right. I think you just got to do it, embrace it. Is what I say sometimes. Just get on and do it, and learn as you go. And you get some ups and downs. But talk to me about some of the highlights you've had so far, because you've had some really successful moments as well with what you've been doing. So tell us about the successful bits you've had so far.
Yeah, we've been nominated through NNBN, which is really nice for that in terms of Wine Chateau, Chamber of Wellingborough Chamber of Commerce as well. But I would say achieving a new customer that's every single day is a success, and knowing that your product is giving him a smile, and he comes back and he's thinking like, why I don't know for this product, and why I was waiting so much for this product, is something which it gives a great pleasure for us. Not knowing, because when you're on a business, you work for yourself, but as well you work for the customers, So it's like a teacher, you work for that child. You have to make that child happy. So we make the customers happy through our products, our services, the way the environment is here, It's a satisfaction for us every single time.
Well, since we've known you, I think it's been absolutely brilliant to see you, doing what you've been doing. All the growth that you've had. Not so much, none of us are sat on a yacht in the south of France or anything, are we? We're not retired or anything. But just seeing the business growing, and when you see people buying the product and seeing you grow as well, because that's part of the journey as well, isn't it? For business people, they actually grow themselves personally as well, and I think it's been an absolute pleasure to have met you both, and I wish you every success for the future, and look forward to seeing what the future brings.
Yeah, we're in larger terms, we're very grateful for our customers, which they invest in us, because every purchase is an investment in us, and every single time we do not look only for what we can take from the customers, but it's even what we can bring back. So that's why we have events where in a way we educate about that region, about wines, and every single time we try to mold our business model around the customers to satisfy their needs. Is not only business profits, make it, but even give back something, Great.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah. For a successful day and week.